Okay, so hello everybody. My name is Ariana, and I just wanted to talk about my experience yesterday, last night at the Backstreet Boys 20th anniversary event. Um, so it was a very long, eventful day, but it ended up all of it being worth it. Just a little bit about me. I'm 22 now, but when I first started listening to the Backstreet Boys, it was back in like 1998, so I was about 7 years old. So that's a really long time of listening to the Backstreet Boys. I got to the event and I got to the event at around noon because I wanted to line up and I wanted to like get in line so I could make it in because there was people who had guaranteed entry and they got to buy that if they were like part of a fan club or whatever, and or if they won it off a radio or magazine or whatever. And then the regular line, free line, was first come first serve. So I got there early so that I could be in first come first serve. But the line was really long. It like wrapped around the entire block, and I was just like, oh my gosh! And that was the end. And a girl behind me got in line, and time went on. It was almost like an hour later, and she was talking about just the event, and she was like, yeah, my friend wanted to come. She got guaranteed passes, but she can't come because it's 18 and older and they're checking IDs. And I was like, what? Like, I didn't hear about this. Like, I guess they had just changed it. And so I look at my purse and my ID is nowhere to be found. And I was like, oh my gosh. And people already tell me that I don't look 22 or older than 18. And so I asked to hold my spot in line, and I went to the front to talk to the security, and I was like, hey, like, trying to reason with them, like, hey, please let me in, let me in, let me in. And the guy was just like, sorry, like, he's like, I believe that you're over 18. He's like, but we have to, it's really strict. And there was another lady who was just like, no ID, no entry. And I was really sad, really discouraged. And so she was like, well, it's noon, you have 5 hours till the show starts, you can go and come back. And I was just like, I don't want to do that. I took 2 trains, a bus, and walked about 10 minutes to get here. So I was like, I don't want to do that. But I thought about it. I was like, dude, how bad do you want to meet the Backstreet Boys, And I thought about it, and the 8-year-old inside of me was like, you're going home to get your ID and you're gonna come back. Like, so I was like, okay, like, I just started praying. I was like, God, please, like, how much I want this. Please just let everything work out. So I go to the line and the people behind me, and I was like, hey, like, I have to go home and get my ID. And they were like, how far do you live? And I was like, Long Beach. And this is on Hollywood and Vine. And I was like, oh, and they were like, ah. And so I was like, please, can you please hold my spot? Please. I was like, if they take you guys in and I'm not back, just go in. But please, if I come back, please, can I just get back in line? And they were like, yeah, we don't want any BSB fan to miss out. And I was like, what? Like, thanks. And everybody was in agreement. Everybody was like, yeah. So I ended up going back home. I was so focused and determined. I was on the move, running half the time to catch buses. And I went home for like 2 seconds, like walked in, grabbed my ID because I knew exactly where I was at, and walked back out. And I ended up making it in time. I got back. I got on the train at 1 o'clock. I got back at 4:30. So I was hustling, 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 hustling. And when I got back, everybody was like, "Oh, you're back! Like, yay! Like, we didn't think you'd come back." And I was like, "Yeah, I'd come back." And everybody behind me was like, when they found out what I did, they were like, "Oh my gosh, you're a true Backstreet Boys fan! Like, that is true fan right there." And she's like, "I'm glad I held your spot. Like, you're a true fan. You deserve to meet them." And I was like, "Thank you." And so we hung out for like a few more hours. Like, it was like a few more hours. And then finally around like 6:30 they let us in, and I was about to cry. I was just like I said, the inner 8-year-old in me was just dying. Like, who would have thought? And so it was just really fun experience. We went inside. Excuse me. We went inside, and they had like because it was 18 and older, it was more mature vibe. And I think that's appropriate. I don't think that people under 18 really know much about I mean, they may know about the Backstreet Boys, but like, really, I feel like who should be there to celebrate their 20th anniversary is those who've been there for at least more than half of that, and that's definitely me. let's see, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So that's like 15 years that I've been a fan of them. That's like half of that 20 years, you know? And I can remember so many vivid things, you know, watching the Millennium Tour on VHS. You know, under 18s don't know nothing about VHSs. But, and if you're under 18, I'm sorry, you know, you can like the Backstreet Boys. I'm just saying, it was just really nice to be around, you know, those who like really, really, really like remember like the Backstreet Boys from like their beginnings, you know, on like even before Millennium Tour, with quit playing games with my heart and I'll never break your heart came out, like those songs, you know. And so it was just really nice to see like the boys, they looked really good. I was like, wow, boys, like you guys have not aged really. I mean, yeah, a little bit, but they still look great. Kevin is flawless. That boy is flawless. So anyway, we went to the bar to get one of the drinks, and the bartender looked just like Nick Carter. And so I started freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, you look just like Nick Carter. And he was like, yeah, I get that a lot. And he was kind of rolling his eyes. And I was like, oh. And so we ordered, me and the girl who held my spot, we actually just became really buddy. And we ordered our drinks. And then as we were ordering our drinks, because you could see like through the bar, there was like this like little like window, but there was no glass. It was just like an open like window space, I guess you could say. And we could see the stage, and it was really intimate venue, like and you could really see it. And Nick Carter walks out on stage and I scream, and that's when my voice was gone after that scream, because it was like a loud scream and I felt really embarrassed. But then I was like, man, forget that, like I'm excited. And so we got our drinks and we made our way to the middle. Like we were like, we're gonna get front row, we don't care. So we were making our way. People were kind of getting upset with us, and me and her, Vicky, we were making our way to like the front. We got like mid front, and so we were super excited about that. And the boys came out and we just lost it. Like I just think that we just lost it, and they were so happy to see that kind of reception. And we watched a video of them, and it's just like a little, I guess, I don't know, clip video, I don't know. Jojo from the radio, or Jojo on the radio, whatever he's called, he's like famous Kiss FM DJ. He was hosting the whole entire thing. And so the boys talked a little bit, and they played some tracks off their new album that's coming out. Their new tracks are pretty good. You know, it still has that BSB sound to it, but I think it's more mature. I think that it's appropriate for just where they're at in their life. And they were very much more involved with this one. They did a lot of the writing, and it's really cool because, okay, I don't want to give a lot away, but there's a track on their album that was written by James Morrison, and AJ sings the entire thing. And let me just tell you, you can tell that it was written by James Morrison. It just screams James Morrison, you know? And it's so different. It's so different from anything you're ever expecting to hear from the Backstreet Boys, you know? And I feel like they're really, you know, going to broaden their fan base with this new album. You know, if people really give it a listen, give it a chance, because it's different. There's a lot of different tracks that mean a lot of different things. You know, you have the poppy ones, you have the slow ballads, you have like the really soulful ones, and then you have there's a track on there that AJ, well, they all sing it, but it's called Madeline, and it's about bullying, because, you know, they all are advocates for you know, for stopping bullying, but AJ is really adamant about it, and he dedicates his time to really speaking out against bullying. And so he was really proud of that one. And there's one called Show Me What You're Made Of. And it was really emotional for Kevin, because it reminded him of that saying which his dad used to say to him all the time, which was show me what you're made of. And, you know, for those of you who don't know, Kevin's dad passed away like, you know, years back. And it was just really emotional for us BSB fans that knew that, because when he started talking about his dad, we're just like, and it was really cool. Brian's son Bailey was in the audience, and it was kind of awkward because people kept cursing and asking sexual jokes, and he kept having to remind people, guys, my son's in the audience. So it was kind of weird. But yeah, there was a lot of great moments. There was a part where I yelled AJ, and Brian looked at me and waved, and there was a part where they were singing like a cappella, and I was fist pumping, and Brian saw me and started fist pumping with me, and it was so cool. And there was a time where I was like, I love you, and he blew me a kiss, and it was so cool. There were so many different moments. Oh, but the best moment was because I was going crazy. And if you've ever been with me to any kind of concert or any kind of TV taping, then you know I go crazy and I try to get them to notice me. And so the whole night I was screaming at them, shouting things, making the crowd laugh. And so JoJo on the radio, he goes, hey, where's that crazy psycho screaming girl at, the crazy fan? And everybody immediately points to me. And so I just stood up and I was like, me right here. And I start waving my hand. All the boys are looking dead at me. They're all smiling and like, it's so funny. And then he's like, oh, I met her. Yeah, she is crazy. He's like, but in a good way. And I was like, better be in a good way. And I actually saw the video of him saying that online. I was like tripping out. I was like, are you serious right now? And it was really cool, just to be acknowledged by the boys. I was like, wow. Because growing up, I had no chance of ever going to a concert. We couldn't afford concerts. My mom wasn't even going to let me go to a concert. I didn't go to a concert until I was like, well, I went to one when I was 14. Well, two, but those were like free concerts I'd won on the radio, and my sister ended up going with me. But like real big concerts, I didn't end up going till I was an adult. My mom was not about to let me go. So I kind of got hopeless, and I was thinking yesterday, I was like, think about it, like today, like there's some 8-year-old girl who loves One Direction, but she will never meet them. She'll never go to a concert. She'll never see them in person. But if you were to go up to that little girl and come up to her and say, hey, in about 15 years, you're going to meet One Direction, she'd probably look at you like you were stupid. And that was me, I had no chance of ever meeting them. And this is big. You may think, oh, they're just a band, but they were a pretty big deal to me back then. And I don't even know. It's just a great feeling. And I'm really grateful, first of all, that God really allowed that to happen for me. And it was amazing. And at one point I just kind of like lost all the power to stand, and I just kind of sank to the ground, and everybody's like, oh, we thought you fainted. And I'm like, close enough. It's like, the boys know I exist. They have acknowledged my existence and they approve of it. I'm just kidding. But it was really nice. I wish I could have paid the $150 to take pictures and meet them, but this is good. Oh, and also too, something that's really cool is that there was a cameraman there who's filming, actually, because BSB has a new documentary coming out. I'm not sure exactly when, because they're still filming for it, but it's a documentary that's coming out. It's going to be at the Sundance what's it called? Sundance Movie Festival, whatever, film festival. And then after that, it's going to be in theaters everywhere. And guess who's making a cameo? Moi. Yes, the guy was filming, and he did some shots of me and my friend. And so I was like, are you going to cut this, or is it going to go? And he's like, no, I didn't take that much footage, so we're going to use everything from here. And so I was like, whoa. And so it's really cool because there's me giving a little speech to the boys. I hope they put that in there. So let's hope that we see me in there, because I would love that. Yeah, but this was just an amazing night, and I'm just really grateful that I got to go. And if you're watching and you were in line with me and you held my spot, thank you guys so much. You guys are so sweet. I was overwhelmed with just the niceness that you guys are. And that just goes to show that, the OG Backstreet Boy fans, like, that's where it's at. And now I have a new band that I like, R5, and I got to go to their concert and then randomly see them walking past me outside, because I was like one of the last ones at the venue waiting for my ride. And then I met a cool friend there, and we're going to see them on May 19th, and we have VIP tickets, and I'm just so excited. I'm really excited. I feel that, I don't know, I just feel that my life, that this year, because at the beginning of this year, my resolution was that this was the year that I make my dreams come true. Because I was tired of dreaming. I wanted my dreams to come true, and this was the year. And so far, everything that I've wanted to happen, well, not everything, but 90% of the things that I've wanted to happen has happened. And I'm always jet setting. I'm always on a train. I really want to go see their star on Monday, but I have homework. But even going to be in a flash mob that's going to be aired on national television, legit flash mob that's going to be legit filmed on the Universal Studios lot, and I get to go to that and just going to all these TV tapings and meeting all these celebrities, and you guys may not think that's a big deal, but for me, because that was just the world that I was in, just wanting to meet celebrities and always looking at celebrity news and always being like, I'll never get to meet them, and that stuff is just that's my niche, and I feel like these things are truly happening, and I don't understand why or what I did to deserve, but I know that God is definitely blessing me with all these opportunities, and I'm so excited, in the midst of troubles in my life, these are just nice little silver linings, and I'm so excited. And yeah, so Backstreet Boys was amazing. And boys, I just want to say thank you for the 15 years that you gave me, of just being able to listen to you guys and love you guys. And here's to 20 more. And I'll be there with you every step of the way. I've been there for 15 and I ain't going nowhere. Love you guys so much. And thank you guys for watching. I know I've been abandoning my channel. I've kind of been abandoning, I can't, whatever. I've been forgetting to do covers. I think I'm going to do a lot more just talking videos, but they're going to be funny talking. Well, maybe not funny, but you're going to enjoy them. And I'll do a video log, whatever, of the R5 concert. And yeah, subscribe, like, comment, let me know what you guys want me to talk about or whatever. Yeah, so anyway, bye.